Yo guys, what's up? This is my review for House of the Dragon episode 4. So episode 4 of House of the Dragon came out, I got a chance to watch it, and these are my thoughts. There will be spoilers in this video, so here's a quick warning about that. Yeah, episode 4 is definitely an improvement from last week. I think episode 3 I was not the biggest fan of. It was my least favourite episode of the season, and I do like episode 4 a lot more than I liked episode 3. It's still not my favourite episode of the season, but it is definitely an improvement. I did really like this episode. Now, this episode is spicy. There is a lot of sex, a lot of sex scenes, and not much action at all, which is fine. You know, it's a story. So yeah, here's a quick warning about that. If you're wanting to watch it with your parents or something, probably don't watch this episode with your parents or any family members, because it's, you know, it's pretty spicy. So yeah, this was a really good episode. I think everything with her and with Rhaenyra and Daemon are like, it's disgusting, but at the same time I also kind of ship them. I don't know, but like when he takes her to the town dressed as a boy, it's kind of sweet, like a little bit, but then everything in the brothel was disgusting, and that's her uncle, so it's pretty gross and pretty weird. And then he wants to marry her, and then it's really gross, all that stuff. And I feel like maybe don't get with your family members. That's my thoughts. I feel like you don't need to get with your family members. That's just weird. But yeah, the Targaryens like to do that. Yeah, so I thought that was weird, but it's kind of sweet. Like, I kind of ship them, but I also kind of don't, because they're fucking uncle. But yeah, I hear people saying she's a teenager. No, she's not. She's like, it's been like 4 years since episode 1, so she's like, I don't think she's a teenager anymore. So yeah, I don't know where that's coming from. So yeah, but yeah, so that stuff was weird, but kind of sweet. And then after Daemon turns it down. See, I really like Daemon, because at the end of it, like he stops, because he's like, okay, I know this is wrong, but then he also says he wants to marry her. So I have no clue what's going on with that guy. Like, it seems like he's compelling, but then it's like, okay, he does the exact opposite. It's like he's about to have sex with Rhaenyra, and he's like he stops, because like he's like, oh my god, I can't do this. This is my niece. And then like in the next scene, he's like telling Viserys that he wants to marry her. So yeah, I have no clue what his deal is or what's going on with him. But yeah. So yeah. And then after she gets turned down by Daemon, she goes back and she has sex with, is it Kriston or Cole? I don't know. I wanna say her guard. She goes home and she has sex with her guard. And yeah, he doesn't really it's a weird power dynamic sex. He doesn't really want to do it at first. She kind of makes him. I mean, like, she is his superior, like, in terms of power. So I feel like there's a little bit of power dynamics there, but in the end of it, he seemed like he wanted to, so I suppose that's okay. So yeah, there was also one scene that I think was really well done, but also really disgusting. It was with Daemon and Rhaenyra in the brothel, and Alicent and Viserys having sex. Alicent looks so uninterested, and like that it's like a chore for her, while Rhaenyra was, doing all that stuff that she wanted to do. This is her choice. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. That was really well done. Now, I don't know how big the time jump was between this episode and last episode. I don't think they ever said. I'm not sure. Otto Hightower, I want to talk about. A lot of people have been saying that he's like, I understand, like, he is playing his own game, but like he hasn't really done anything wrong this episode. Like, he reports that he heard that Daemon and Rhaenyra were together to the king, and the king like fires him for that, because Rhaenyra lied, just straight up lied about it. Like, I like Otto, I'm sorry. A lot of people are saying like he's snake, but I'm like, what is he gonna not tell the king that when he gets told that? It's like, yeah, I don't know how you'd be mad about that. Like, that's his job, is to tell the king these things. But if it's something he doesn't want to hear, I guess you're fired. I feel like Viserys is like on a downward slope in terms of like, you know, being a good king and being a stable guy, because every episode he gets like more and more excuse me, he gets like more and more unstable and angry, and not as, you know, not as much of a good king as he in the last episode. Like episode 1 and 2, episode 1 and 2 he was great, and even episode 3 he's a good king, but now you can tell he's like, okay, he's still a good king, but he's, you know, he's got layers, a lot of layers. So yeah, and I understand that Otto, like, you know, he's put his own daughter up for marriage with the king, and he wants his own blood on the throne. Like, that's fine, but ultimately he's a good hand to the king, and he hasn't done anything like wrong. He hasn't led them astray in any way. So yeah, I like Otto. So yeah, I'll see what comes of that. The end of the episode was like really like intimidating, good. The one of the, is it like a maester? He gives Rhaenyra like a abortion tea basically. So yeah, that was interesting. I'm excited for episode 5. That's it for my episode 4 review. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on the episode down in the comments. And yeah, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.